Hey, this is Carlo of 4GQ TV here at WonderCon, and I'm here with Andres Useche.
You'll get it one day.
One day, right? But I'm going to hand the mic off to him for another fantastic interview.
Thank you, Carlo. This is Andres Useche, and I'm here with Maggie Phillips,
That's me.
music supervisor. It's very
Hi.
interesting to me.
Yeah, thank
As
you.
a singer-songwriter, you are responsible for bringing some of the amazing music that we hear in TV and film in shows like Fargo, and you're going to tell us a little bit more about all your favorite ones.
All my favorite shows. I have a lot of favorite shows. Fargo, Our Flag Means Death, recently canceled. The Great, recently canceled. No, a lot of my favorite shows were all just canceled. So, but Fargo has not been canceled. We just finished season 5.
And that's a good one. That's a great one.
Really happy. Very proud of all the seasons, but this one in particular. Yeah.
What are the particular challenges to choosing music for something like this?
Versus
specifically?
others? And it's the same challenges for each show, which unfortunately are really boring, but budget.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, you're limited.
But
So,
you think, like, is budget an issue because you're specifically looking for recognizable songs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And songs are expensive. Music's
Yep.
expensive. It should be. It's art. It should be valued. But it's challenging because it all adds up. Yeah. But that is the greatest challenge. Is the
I
money.
ask because for us musicians, sometimes that's a huge break to get a song
Oh, I
in
know.
a show. And knowing, as I do know so many
Who
friends
would
of
wanna
mine
do it.
and who are amazing songwriters, and there's so many good songs that given the opportunity, that's one way to tackle the budget
Yeah.
problem, right?
No, it is, and I try to do that. But you are working for a studio
Right.
who and creators who understandably want songs that have attachments to it, like people know, because it brings in a whole other level of storytelling. Like if you put in we have, like, for example, a Rush song, "Working Man." I think in episode 3 of Fargo, like there is an attachment to that song and to that band that like adds a huge layer to that scene and to the character John Hamm because we used it. But yeah, no, I agree.
It's
That
true.
is the way to get around it, and we do that.
Great.
We do that.
Also, I would argue, every song, every huge song maybe that's why you value it so much, but people have an attachment to it.
Yes.
And it might refer them to a different movie or that has
No,
already used
yeah,
it,
no,
right?
yeah, it
So
has
to me, it's
baggage.
fascinating when
Yeah.
you discover and people will associate that song with this show, and you did that. So that's a great privilege to have that position.
It is
that
a
power.
great privilege. But sometimes you do put in something that are like, oh, well, that's been used this way, this way, this way. Like, are people going to be thinking about that and not thinking about what they should be thinking about, which is the story you're telling? But it just depends. You have to weigh the pros and cons of what you're using.
Now, in Our Flag Means Death, it's a different type of show, very different.
Very different, yeah.
Different. So it must have its challenges as far as the music. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, look, creative challenges for me aren't challenges. So I guess when you say what's your greatest challenge, it's stuff that like is limiting. I think creatively, I never feel limited for shows like Fargo and Our Flag Means Death. So I don't find it challenging. That's the fun part, is trying to find the right song for the moment. They're different. I'm listening very differently for both shows. The sound is very different. The characters are different. The creators are different. So in that way, that's one of my challenges. Just like I call it, I like put on different hats for each show I'm working on. I put on my Fargo hat, listen differently for that, and put on my Our Flag Means Stuff. So creatively, I have to jump around. Because like composers, I guess composers have to do that too. You're not creating your own vision. You're helping to translate someone else's vision, and so you do have to shape shift. Is that like you change? Yeah. And you're not listening for yourself. Some people are like, "Oh, that job must be so much fun, so easy," because you're just putting in music you love. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. That's not what you're doing. You're not putting in music you love. I mean, yes, I love a lot of the music I put in, but I'm putting in music that works for the story and works for the characters and like helps tell someone else's creative
Tell the
vision.
story.
Yeah.
You're a storyteller.
Yeah,
You're helping tell that story throughout.
Yeah,
those
and
music
it's not
choices.
my story. It's yes, it's the creator's story, but it's also the character's story. Like it's their lives, And I really do try to connect to the characters and find a common emotional ground with them, so I can have an emotional response to them and put in a song that helps heighten the emotion.
You know, as a writer and director, this is fascinating to me. The part of how you come to decide which types of music are anachronistic or work well within the genre,
Yeah.
but also how much do you counter that with the particular taste of a character
Yeah.
who may have his own or her own
Yeah.
journey and how to tell that
Yeah, it's
journey
like,
through the
do you
music.
want to be with the filmmakers? Do you want to be with the story and the through line, or do you want to be with the character in the moment? It depends, and also like for me, that's somewhat easy. Like you can do like diegetic versus non. Like so, if it's coming out of someone's car or
Mhm.
someone's house, it's the character selected it, right?
Right,
But if it's a montage or opening titles, end titles, it's more of a commentary, right?
Right.
So it's more about the overarching uh, journey that you're on. Yeah, so that's how I would decide it. But yeah, but you subtly also like if you're doing an opening montage and it's not with. I mean, I could talk about this for a long time, so I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
try to keep my answers
I'm
succinct.
interested.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it just depends. It depends on like a show like Fargo is like super stylized and like hyper sort of reality. Like it's not natural. Same with Our Flag Means Death. You know, like they're heightened reality. So it's
Mhm.
like fun, stylized, big ideas.
Yeah.
It's not like I know we need to wrap it up. But yeah.
It's fascinating. Yeah, move on. But great
Okay.
talking to you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
it was really nice to meet you. It was
Have
nice
a
to meet
fun
all of
rest of the
you.
con.
Thank you. Bye.